It's truly a pleasure to have each of you with us for this meaningful session. It is with immense joy and reverence that I welcome you all to this enlightening session where science meets spirituality. Today, we delve into a profound topic gravitational waves in space as explained by Vethathiri Maharishi. It's my privilege to introduce this session that bridges modern astrophysics with the timeless wisdom of our spiritual guru, Sri Vethathiri Maharishi. Long before gravitational waves were officially detected by modern scientists, Maharishi had already articulated through this deep meditative experience and yogic vision. The concept of vibrations and waves in space being the foundation of all existence. He described space not as emptiness, but as a dynamic, living force, the unified field of consciousness filled with subtle vibrations that give rise to matter, energy, time, and even the mind. In his words, gravity is the compressive force, and the waves in space are the original source of creation. Today's research speech will explore what gravitational waves mean, how Vethathiri Maharishi perceived these waves as a divine will or cosmic function, and how this understanding can guide humanity toward inner peace and universal harmony. So let us open our minds and hearts to this unique fusion of scientific insight and spiritual realization. Let us together join into the cosmic symphony of space as seen through the lens of Maharishi's enlightenment. So, with great respect and anticipation, I now have the honor of inviting Mrs. Lakshmi Chidambaram. Amma, is my privilege to introduce a remarkable speaker who has beautifully blended knowledge, service, and spiritual dedication in his journey. We are honored to have Ms. Lakshmi Chidambaram, Assistant Professor of Sky, and with us today. She holds a master degree in mathematics and yoga for human excellence. Her passion for education led her to teach mathematics at the English International School in Kinshasa and Tamil at the Congo Tamil Association. Currently, she has established a Sky Meditation Center in Kinshasa, Africa, where she is actively rendering service and spreading the teaching of Vethathiri Maharishi. She is also involved in the research and development wing of WCSC, taking up Maharishi's deep philosophies and contributing to their wider research. With a heartful vision to spread Vedathrium across Africa, she continues her journey with a commitment and compassion. Let us welcome her with warmth and gratitude. Let us extend our warm virtual welcome to Mrs. Lakshmi Chidambaram Amma as he now takes us through this powerful and insightful journey. Let's stay open-hearted and receptive as we step into this enlightening journey together. Over to you, Amma.
Thanks a lot, Ma. வாழ்க வளமுடன். Good day to all. Ma, I would like to share my screen.
You can share, Ma. You can share.
You can share, Ma. We've given you course already. You can go and go and share it.
Okay. Are you able to view my screen, Ma?
Yes, we can see you, Ma. We can see you, Ma.
Yeah, am I audible?
Very much,
Yes.
very much. You're fine.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன். குரு வாழ்க, குருவே துணை. சிந்தனையை, உடல் நலத்தை சீரமைத்து உய்வித்த குருவே வாழ்க. இந்த விளக்கப்பட காட்சியை குரு சூக்கும உருவில் அருள் புரிந்து வழி நடத்துவாராக. I would like to start my presentation with a song, இயற்கை விதி, written in 1983 by Vethathiri Maharishi. அழுத்தமின்றி நிகழ்ச்சிகளோ அசைவோ இல்லை, அது எது என்றாழ்ந்தாய்ந்து முடிவை பாரீர். அழுத்தங்கள் அனைத்திற்கும் மூலமான அதற்கழுத்தமற்ற நிலை மெய்ப்பொருளாம். அழுத்தமே மடிந்தியங்க அணுவாயிற்று. அணுக்கள் இணைந்து உருவ முதல் ஐந்தாயிற்று. அழுத்தமே முடிவில் இன்பத் துன்பமாகி அறிவாகி தன்னை அறிய ஆதி அந்தம். சூழ்ந்து அழுத்தும் ஆற்றல். This presentation is all about the self-compressive surrounding pressure force of the eternal space. Are you all ready to travel with me to space to envision the giant gravitational waves in space? My agenda is I am starting this presentation with a brief note on Vethathiri Maharishi's model of the universe, followed by definitions of force, gravity, waves, and isotropy, to make it easier for you to understand the nature of the giant gravitational waves in space. Mighty divine fluid, space-time curvature, is an interesting comparison about the state of the eternal space. A comparative study about the black holes and dark matter with respect to Vedathrium and science. Pulsars and quasars are bright celestial objects in space. Data collected in detecting pulsars using pulsar timing arrays has played a major role in the discovery of gravitational waves in space. Finally, to the main part about the discovery, conclusion, and future research missions. Okay. As I told, I am starting with Vethathiri Maharishi's model of the universe. The eternal space is the force and energy behind all the events in the universe. It is nature, absolute space, everlasting, gravitational, singular, almighty, all-penetrative, thoroughly permeable, highly transparent, imperceptible, dark fluid matter characterized by kinematic quivering, self-compressive, and inexhaustible surrounding pressure, which results in the which results in automatic repulsion in its intensification and emerges as the quantized formative dust. It fills the entire universe, containing everything within it. Its four core principles are eternal space, fundamental and infinitesimal energy particle, shadow wave particle, universal magnetism. Its six results are the transformation of magnetism. They are pressure, sound, light, taste, smell, and mind. This is a bird's eye view of the Vethathiri Maharishi's model of the universe, clubbed with some scientific facts. In 1945, in his 34th year, Maharishi felt the whole spectrum of the universe blossom into his consciousness. He enlightens us that the eternal space is very powerful, more than anything in the universe. The almighty eternal space has become the universe systematically by evolution, mutation, and cause and effect. Here in this picture, as Maharishi says, you can find the eternal space surrounding the manifested universe. The eternal space has four inherent qualities: plenum, invisible, omnipotent potential, which will blossom into anything or any action according to the time, place, and environmental conditions. Then the self-compressive surrounding pressure force, the source for all forces which will act in all directions, as you can see in the picture, in all degrees, with effects according to the circumstances. It is the basic pressure force. Then the third one, consciousness, omniscient capacity, maintaining everything in an order of function. Then the fourth one is the time. The infinite force of the divine state makes it go through a series of expansions and contractions, which manifest in the form of a quivering movement. As per science, the tiny ball in the center is the observable, communicable, and reachable universe from Earth. It is about 18 billion light years in radius. Up to 46.5 billion light years in radius, we are able to observe from Earth. This pink part you can see here. But this one is incommunicable and unreachable until now. Scientists estimate the unobservable universe, the blue part here, extends till the 61 billion light years in radius. Beyond that, science has no idea, but our Maharishi envisions the eternal space surrounds the whole universe. Compressing and supporting it, it is the basic force, the unified force. Let's have a detailed view about the self-compressive force, self-compressive pressure force, and how it becomes the force of attraction and repulsion. In the evolutionary process of the universe, self-compressive pressure force, the innate quality of the eternal space, is of radical importance. This basic force is gravity or unified force. The unified force does not depend on mass. The effect of the surrounding pressure on the particles holds them towards each other. This force is the source of all significant forces throughout the universe. Because of this mighty compressive nature, there is no place in the universe without this eternal force. In its existence, power, character, prevalence, and function, this is divinely regarded as the Almighty. Due to the maximum intensity of compressive force of the eternal space, the static state itself becomes a moving force as a wave. You can find in the picture. It turns into a whirling wave by the same surrounding pressure of the eternal space. By the same surrounding pressure, the whirling wave gets smaller and smaller, pressed finally into an infinitesimal volume. This is the infinitesimal energy particle or the primary energy particle. This whirling motion causes the repulsive force. The single unified force, gravitation, becomes dual force, attraction and repulsion, by the formation of the primary energy particle. The shadow wave particle is the result of friction between primary particle and the eternal space. The combined effect of these two powerful forces is universal magnetism. Universal magnetism is a wave power existing and functioning as a divine thread connecting the unified force and the visible universe. As per science, there are four fundamental forces at work in the universe. They are the strong nuclear force that binds the particles of matter together to form larger particles. The electromagnetic force acts between charged particles like negatively charged electrons and positively charged protons. The weak nuclear force is responsible for particle decay. For example, it is essential for nuclear fusion reactions in our Sun. The gravitational force is the attraction between two objects that has mass and energy. Now we will see the definition of gravity as defined by Sir Isaac Newton. Newton was the first scientist to define gravity. He defines gravity as the natural force of attraction between any two particles according to their mass and distance between them. Higher the mass, the stronger will be the attraction. whereas gravity weakens as the distance between the particles increases. The force of gravity keeps all the planets orbiting around the Sun. Since our mass is very small compared to the mass of the Earth, we are pulled towards its center. Gravity keeps us from floating around. In this picture, you can see the gravitational force of the moon causing high tides on Earth. Whereas Albert Einstein's theory of relativity adds on more definition to what Newton started. According to Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, gravity is the warping or curving of the space-time. You can find in this picture, the space-time is warped and curved. Einstein eventually identified the property of space-time responsible for gravity as its curvature. Space and time in Einstein's universe are no longer flat, but can be pushed and pulled, stretched and warped by matter. More massive bodies causes the space-time to curve, leading to the movement of smaller objects towards them. In both these cases, gravity depends on mass. Now we are coming to the waves. Waves are all around us. Waves are disturbances that transfers energy through a medium or space. This picture shows infinite number of waves emanating from a pond. When a pebble disrupts the smooth surface of a pond, it transfers energy to the water molecules around it. The excited molecules then nudge their neighbors, creating a domino effect that propagates outwards as a wave. This wave, characterized by alternate peaks and troughs, is the ripples we see. The giant gravitational waves caused in the fabric of space-time is similar to the ripples caused on the water surface. These waves will transfer energy but not matter. You all will be aware of the brain waves beta, alpha, theta, and delta while doing meditation. They are also waves only. The electrical impulses travels in the form of brain waves and can be measured using electroencephalogram. Brain waves can provide insights into the brain function and behavior. They are beta waves, 12 to 30 Hz, alpha waves 7.5 to 12 Hz, theta waves 4 to 7.5 Hz, and delta waves up to 3 Hz. Our Maharishi's powerful Kundalini Yoga can decrease the high frequency beta waves to low frequency alpha, theta, and delta waves, promoting calmness in space and peace. Once Maharishi was tested in deep meditation and they recorded theta waves in Duryatidam state. Just an interesting fact about Maharishi I'm adding. Waves propagating in the body are biomagnetic waves, whereas propagating throughout the universe are universal magnetic waves. By the way, frequency are the number of cycles or oscillations per second, and wavelength is the distance between identical point or presence in a wave. This you can find in the picture, the frequency. This one is the high frequency, that means a lot number of waves are there in the same time. Whereas in low frequency waves, there are only few waves, and the wavelength depends on the distance between two adjacent crests. And coming to our giant gravitational waves, they are low frequency waves and they are long waves. The distance between two adjacent crests in the giant gravitational wave is 1 light year or more than that. That is, the distance between any two adjacent crests is 9.46 trillion kilometer and more. This one fact will prove that they are gigantic waves and beyond our imagination. Our Earth is indeed a part of a vast universe, floating in the cosmic sea of space, filled with giant gravitational waves. Now we are going to see an important definition, as he told, the isotropy. Isotropy is an important concept related to this presentation. Isotropy means uniformity in all directions. That is, a system or material has the same properties, characteristics, or behavior in all directions. You can see in the picture here itself. The same strength is applied and it is having same character. The system is even. It is identical, uniform in all directions. Universe cosmic microwave background is an example for isotropic. Whereas anisotropic is the opposite of isotropic. It has got different characteristics in different directions. Okay. So just we have to keep this definition in mind because it will follow in the presentation. I am just giving one interesting fact from Vethathiri. The state of the eternal space is neither solid nor liquid nor gas. It is in a fluid state. Maharishi mentions it as mighty divine fluid. It is pristine and all pervasive. It exists without interference, present within and without all things, including the tiny atoms that makes up the universe. It lies beyond perception through the sense organs, but its presence cannot be denied merely for this reason. It is highly transparent. For example, a star a millions of away in the firmament can be observed despite the intervening space. The eternal space penetrates all the objects in the universe. It is also permeable and allows everything to exist within it, yet it remains imperceptible to the senses. To easily understand this concept, just think of the grains soaked in water. There will be water within and outside the grains. In a similar manner, the eternal space which surrounds all the objects can be found filling the gaps within the objects also, like the water in the bowl. It penetrates the objects, taking up the space within. Just as the water allows the grains to exist with it, the eternal space permits the objects to exist within it. When we travel from one place to another, we are in fact moving in space from one place to another. Okay. The mighty divine fluid. Now, this is just a comparative study, just one comparison, as I told. The mighty divine fluid property of the eternal space, proposed by Maharishi, highly supports Einstein's general relativity, which states matter tells spacetime how to curve, and curved spacetime tells matter how to move. The fluid nature of the eternal space allows the objects to exist within it. It fills the entire universe, containing everything within it. It is the source for all manifested forms and the consciousness within them. One more picture to prove the same comparison. Gravity feels strongest where spacetime is more curved and vanishes where spacetime is flat. This picture highly supports the mighty divine fluid property defined by Maharishi. It explains the space-time curvature more precisely. A white dwarf is denser than our sun. A neutron star is denser than the white dwarf. A black hole is densest of all. The more the weight of the particle that floats on the fabric of space-time, the more it gets curved. Also, the fluid nature of the eternal space supports gravitational waves in space. Okay, we are done with waves and the fluid nature. Now we will just see a comparative study between black hole and dark matter in Vethathirium and science. Just I have given a picture, just an artistic picture to show a supermassive black hole against a web of dark matter. The mysteries surrounding these two concepts drives ongoing research and exploration, pushing the boundaries of science in understanding the universe. A comparative study between Vethathiri Maharishi's model and science about these two concepts. Black holes are regions in space where an enormous amount of matter is packed into a tiny volume. They are formed when massive stars collapse under their own gravity. This creates a gravitational pull so strong that even light cannot escape. Singularity is the center of a black hole where density and gravity are infinite. According to Vethathirium, black hole is the final result when our energy particles slow down and stop their self-rotation. Such events occur at the center of the heavier planets and stars, such as black spots on the sun. Within the universe, appearing with limited volume and time is a black hole. Black hole and dark matter are essentially the same. Maharishi says dark matter is the primordial state of the universe. He says it is like the unified force existing in its natural characters, strength, and providence as it is around the universe, unlimited in volume, force, and time. Whereas in science, dark matter is a mysterious, invisible form of matter that does not emit, absorb, or reflect light. Dark matter plays a crucial role in holding galaxies together and shaping the universe's large scale structure. Now we are coming to pulsars. As he told, pulsars are the main reason behind the discovery of the gravitational waves. Pulsars are rapidly rotating neutron stars emitting electromagnetic radiation beams. They are precise cosmic clocks spinning at incredible rates, emitting pulses at regular intervals. As you can see in the picture, they are very dense neutron stars and they emit electromagnetic beams like this. They are constantly spinning at a very high rate, and every time, like a lighthouse, the electromagnetic beams are sweeping through the space. In a sense, they can be thought of as cosmic lighthouses with their beams sweeping through space, allowing us to detect and study them from great distance. They can be used for precise timing experiments such as detecting gravitational waves in space. Their precise periodic pulses can be used to study various astrophysical phenomena also, and they aid in celestial navigation. Yeah, like in a sea, they aid in celestial navigation. The lighthouse aids for navigation in a sea. Like this, these pulsars with these beams, they aid in celestial navigation. They are incredibly dense with strong magnetic fields and rapid rotation. They are detected using radio telescopes, X-ray observatories, and gamma ray telescopes. And this one is quasars. A quasar is an incredibly luminous object in space. It is similar to pulsars, but it is more luminous because it is in a distant galaxy with a supermassive black hole at the centers of galaxies. The supermassive black holes weigh millions or even billions of times the mass of our sun. The black hole is surrounded by an accretion disk where matter spirals inward, heats up, and releases enormous amount of energy in the form of light. You can see in this picture. The black hole is in the middle, the galaxy is there, an enormous amount of light is emitted. This one can be witnessed from our Earth and it helps in detecting the gravitational waves. Quasars are among the brightest objects in the universe, outshining entire galaxies. They are like cosmic lighthouses that be seen from vast distances, making them useful for studying the gravitational waves in space in future. Pulsars were used in the present mission, using that only they detected gravitational waves, but the scientific field needs more data to know more about the giant gravitational waves background. And future missions, they are using these quasars and the luminous beam caused from quasars, how the gravitational waves will affect them. By studying those data, they will detect more about the waves in future. I think it will be clear. Now, I'm just coming to the main part of our presentation. The discovery of gravitational waves. It ranges from 1915 to 2023, almost 100 years. It is a significant milestone in science, confirming a major prediction by Albert Einstein. When Albert Einstein published his theory of general relativity in 1915, he predicted that the giant gravitational waves in space exist. He laid the foundation stone. It was an intuition for him, but he has laid the foundation stone that they are existing. In 1964, physicist Richard Feynman asserted that gravitational waves exist and that we could measure them. The first attempt to detect the gravitational waves was made by Joseph Weber of the University of Maryland. He designed and built early gravitational wave detectors known as the Weber bars. In 1969, he published results claiming evidence of gravitational waves detection. In 1972, he sent a gravitational wave detection apparatus to the Moon, the Lunar Surface Gravimeter, on the Apollo 17 lunar mission. His work on gravitational waves, although initially met with skepticism, laid the groundwork for future research and detection efforts. From 2002, ground-based observatories like LIGO use laser interferometry to detect gravitational waves. In 2015, LIGO detected gravitational waves from merging black holes. On October 2007, Nanograv was founded. It used pulsars as cosmic clocks to detect the low-frequency waves. On June 28, 2023, giant gravitational waves' existence in space was confirmed by Nanograv empirically. I'll just explain two important missions in the discovery of gravitational waves. One is LIGO, the other is the Nanograv. Nanograv only declared that waves are existing. The Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, LIGO, was launched in 2002. For the first 13 years, there was no improvement in the performance of the LIGO. In 2015, an improved version of LIGO recorded gravitational waves for the first time. A more efficient version began operating on May 24, 2023. It has predicted hundreds of waves to date. But all those waves had wavelength of only 10 kilometers. They were produced from the merger of stellar massive black holes, which are just 1.4 to 20 times the mass of our Sun. The black hole here, the stellar massive means they are smaller in size. The giant gravitational waves are predicted to be produced by supermassive black hole mergers. These small wavelengths are produced only by the merger of stellar massive black holes, which are just 1.4 to 20 times the mass of our Sun. Computation of waves with a wavelength of 1 light year was beyond the capacity of LIGO. On June 28, 2023, North American Nanohertz Observatory for Gravitational Waves, a consortium of more than 225 scientists at more than 90 institutions, announced the background detection of stochastic gravitational waves, creating ripples of wavelength more than a light year long in the fabric of space-time. This has been made possible by 15 years of data collection. Nanograph's announcement in 2023 has proved Albert Einstein's prediction almost 100 years late. Okay. So the giant gravitational waves were empirically detected June 28, 2023. The nanograph announced that the waves are existing. They confirmed the presence of gravitational waves in our space. Okay, I'll just give some few characteristics of the waves. Gravitational waves are ripples in the fabric of space-time that cause tiny distortions in space-time, affecting both space and time. Gravitational waves can move an object about a microscopic size smaller than the width of a human arm. This is very difficult to measure and it will have an imperceptible impact on our solar system. I hope you understand this point. The gravitational waves, like the sea waves, you can imagine a boat on a sea waves. The waves will be coming and pushing the boat. Like that, we are also in a cosmic sea and the waves are existing. But these waves, just it moves an object just about a microscopic size smaller than the width of a human hair. So finally, it is very difficult to measure and also we cannot perceive them through our senses. They are imperceptible to our senses. Gravitational waves cannot be perceived directly with our senses since we can perceive the world only in 3 dimensions. Only we can study their effects on celestial objects such as pulsars, quasars, etc. to detect them. So this is the reason they have used the pulsars to detect. Only the effect we are able to observe. We are collecting data because the gravitational waves affects the pulsars radiation and that data we are collecting. We cannot perceive them directly. To understand this, I am giving just one important concept. Imagine that you are surfing on the ocean. There is an ant on your surfboard. The ant cannot perceive the waves or the movement of the surfboard. It will be simply moving on the board. The same thing applies to us. Our earth is the surfboard and we are like ants. Now, I am just explaining how they detected the gravitational waves in space. They predicted the gravitational waves using pulsar timing arrays. The pulsar timing array, which determines the luminous lines of 68 pulsars, they used 68 pulsars in our Milky Way galaxy and collected the data. The pulsar timing arrays operates in Australia, Europe, China, India, North America and South Africa. All these institutions, they declared their data and the discovery was a joint effort of the data collected by all these institutions. When a gravitational wave passes through a pulsar, a small change in the timeline of illumination takes place over months or years. Using data collected over 15 years, scientists have predicted empirically that massive gravitational waves exist in the background waves. I will explain using this picture. Thus you can find our Earth here and few pulsars in our Milky Way are given and they are continuously they are emitting beams. The light beams are there. And from our Earth, they are observing the light, the pulses from the pulsars through very high or telescopes. Okay. And they are recording the data of the signals when they are arriving. The gravitational waves disturbs the timeline of the light emission because you can just imagine when you are in a sea, the waves it will bring it forth and back. Like that, the light beams will be little, just this will be a very minute change, okay? Light change will be there. So the pulses coming to the earth will have some small change in the timeline, and they have recorded these changes. Since these changes are very minute, they needed 15 years of data set to confirm that giant gravitational waves exist in space. Okay, hope you will understand this. I think how they have detected. Okay, now the scientist, the reason should be there, no? Simply the giant gravitational waves cannot happen in space. Something should distort the space-time. And the scientists, they are searching for reasons. What can be the reason? They are predicting that the giant gravitational waves may be produced by massive cosmic events like supermassive black hole mergers, neutron star mergers, and supernovae explanations. These events can distort spacetime, creating ripples that propagate gravitational waves. So you have black hole supermassive. Supermassive black holes are having a mass 4 million times more than our sun. It should be 4 million billion and above. Or neutron star majors, they are the densest. Then supernovae explanations. Here this image, this is an artistic image. It shows the merger of a neutron star with a black hole, and this impact the creates the gravitational wave background. You can see the colors changing, blue to cyan. This is the black background gravitational waves background. To understand this more precisely, I have included one video to show two black holes merge into one. This is a simulated video showing two black hole merging. You can just view this, you will get an idea how it is happening. Here two black holes, they are coming closer and closer. And as Maharishi says, no, nothing is still in our space. Everything is having its own rotation, okay? And they are coming around each other. They are coming closer and closer. Finally, they have merged. This merging causes the background, the giant gravitational waves, as per the scientist. I have given one more video to understand more clearly. Please view this one. This is also a simulated one. Two black holes, they are coming closer. They are causing the energy, the huge energy, high magnitude energy is caused over there. This energy is causing ripples in the space-time. You can see behind. The space-time is the waves in the space-time. As they get closer, more energy is created, and finally they merge, and everything is coming to a still. This one is as per Maharishi. This one is again the eternal space. As we saw in the definition of the black hole, when the particle completes its rotation, it turns into the eternal space. So nothing is there, it has become still. Okay, now next 1 minute, I'm just exiting this. I thought it has started again. Kamal. Finish. Yeah, it did it one again. It is coming. 1 minute. Please wait. Bear with me. I'm not able to come out of it.
Is there an audio there, ma'am?
Click
Yes,
on
sir.
the
Yes,
next
sir.
slide.
Yes, sir.
Next slide
1 minute. I'm just opening the next slide. Yeah, I'm just waiting. Yeah, let it finish. Okay, thank you. Okay, now I'm just going to give the conclusion. So far, we have seen the definitions and the discovery of giant gravitational in space. how the science community has discovered and confirmed their existence. When I first read about the discovery of the giant gravitational waves in space, I was able to visualize it with the unified force defined by Maharishi. I followed my intuition and started to gather facts related to it. I realized my intuition turned into a logical one. For the past 2 years, these facts were within my mind, waiting for an opportunity to deliver and discuss with experts. Thanks a lot to Arivial Arangam. Let me explain the facts for the logical conclusion. The nanograph has reported evidence for the presence of an isotropic nanohertz gravitational wave background in its 15-year data set. That is, the giant gravitational waves are uniform in all directions. If the black holes are intermingling here and there, as you can imagine in space, they are everywhere and black hole binaries merge all the time and they are here and there. How can gravitational waves have identical values of property in all directions? The waves will be anisotropy in character. To understand this, if you throw two pebbles into a pond at two different places, the ripples caused will not be uniform in all directions. The fact that the waves are isotropy contradicts the prediction that giant gravitational waves are caused due to supermassive black hole mergers. According to scientists, such high-magnitude waves can be produced only from the merger of supermassive objects. Nanograph in its dataset clearly rules out the fact that such mergers have not taken place. They finally state that they need more data to predict the reason. So scientific community, they have predicted it may be black hole mergers, but side by side, one more data clearly says that such mergers have not taken place at that time. But also, they say they need more data. They have to know more about the universe to predict the reason. They also investigate potential cosmological interpretations like the Big Bang, cosmic strings, or phase transitions may be the cause for these gravitational waves. They can be primordial waves from the Big Bang too. This statement helps us more. Another theory, what they are telling is during the Big Bang, during the inflation time, there was heavy force. That force, during that time, the waves would have emanated. Maybe these are those waves. Primordial means which originated earlier. They can be the primordial waves from the Big Bang. Obviously, space-time will be distorted by supermassive objects merging here and there due to the fluid nature of eternal space. But they will produce small wavelength waves as predicted by LIGO. The giant gravitational waves of such magnitude can be caused only by a source with tremendous force like the eternal space. The self-compressive surrounding pressure force. The observable universe, the one visible to us from our Earth, is only 5% of the whole universe, as we have seen in one picture before. Its radius is 46.5 billion light years. Comparing to the eternal space, the observable, communicable universe where our galaxy cluster is present will be just a tiny ball. Then up to 61 billion light years, the unobservable universe exists. Beyond 61 billion light years, we feel nothing is there. But Maharishi says, since we cannot perceive, it is not that it is nothing. It is beyond our senses. It is the eternal space, the unified force. The eternal space envelops the whole universe, supports and binds it together by the self-compressive surrounding pressure. Now you have to visualize the eternal space. The unified force compresses the whole universe and relaxes. I just given an example. In micro, in our body, it is like our heart contracting and relaxing. In macro, the universe or the eternal space, the unified force periodically contracts and relaxes the whole universe in all directions. Also remember, the state of the space is mighty divine fluid. The self-surrounding pressure will create uniform ripples in all directions towards the center. Relating to the observable universe, our Milky Way galaxy is like a drop of water. Our solar system is just a speck. From our Earth, we can observe only a fraction of the universe. From nanograph research papers, the waves are isotropic. That is, they are propagating in the same direction. Since we are able to observe only a small part of the universe, we can visualize only part of the waves. It will be like sea waves moving in one direction towards the shore, but with identical property. The nanograph statement about the gravitational waves, that it can be primordial waves from the Big Bang, supports that the waves should emanate from a tremendous power source. Finally, please find below the definition given by Maharishi in his book Unified Force. Definition for time. The fourth inherent quality of the eternal space, as given by Maharishi. The infinite force of the divine state makes it go through a series of expansions and contractions, which manifest in the form of a quivering movement. The contractions, unable to travel beyond a certain point, transforms into expansions, which together with the contractions give rise to a quivering motion. This is called the kinematic quivering motion and forms the basis of time. The movements are very tiny and lie beyond perception through the sense organs or scientific equipment. They arise and spread all over the universe in an incessant series. The period between each contraction and expansion is the measure of time. The unit of time is the blink of an eye. Too tiny to reckon, beyond measure they lie. Maharishi's definition explains clearly the nature of the gravitational waves prevailing in space. It clearly visualizes the formation and propagation of the waves in space. From A to Z, Maharishi has given us the base and origin of the universe. We have to understand his vision and take it to the world. The conclusion. The giant gravitational waves in space are caused by the self-compressive pressure force of the eternal space, as per Vethathiri Maharishi's model of the universe. When a general energy source exerts the same pressure in all directions, the waves produced will have identical property in all directions. The discovery of the gravitational waves has confirmed the self-compressive pressure force, the unified force, the gravitational force of the eternal space, Almighty. Future missions. In science, however recent and fine a theory may be, it cannot be the final one. There is always a room for further improvement, since no theory has spoken the last word. The following list is about the future research missions to detect more information about the giant gravitational waves. Astrophysicist Jeremy Darling is using quasars to find the gravitational waves background. He uses data from the Gaia satellite to measure the apparent motion of quasars caused by gravitational waves. By tracking the subtle changes in quasar positions, researchers aim to capture the three-dimensional effects of the gravitational waves. In 2026, more knowledge we can get in this gravitational waves since the Gaia team has planned to release a set of data. More light will be thrown on this. Also, in future, 2029, 2035 or 2030, space-based missions like Lightbird, LISA, DESIGO are planned. Also, future interferometers like Einstein Telescope, Cosmic Explorer are planned in 2030 to detect the gravitational waves from a wide range of sources, including early universe signals. As an ardent disciple of Vethathiri Maharishi, I am also waiting for this research mission updates. Since studying these gravitational waves can uncover new flavors of gravity and enhance our understanding of our universe, it will help us to prove the vision of Vethathiri Maharishi to the world. You can find in this song his vision, Vinveli Unarndal. விஞ்ஞானம் சிறப்புற்று விண்வெளி உணரப் பெற்றால் அஞ்ஞானம் மறைந்துவிடும் அன்பும் அருளும் பொங்கி மெய்ஞானம் ஒளி வீசும் மெய் உயிர் அறிவறிவு இஞ்ஞால முழுமைக்கும் ஏற்றமுறும் இன்பமே. Finally, I have to thank a few people. Be blessed by that divine. Thank you for listening patiently. Thanks to all of you. Thanks a lot to Tri Janakiraman Ayya for giving me this opportunity. Thanks a lot to Ariviyal Arangam Manikavasagam Ayya for opening the door for this. And finally, Thiru Tyagarajan Muthu Ayya for always supporting me and building the confidence in me to present this presentation to all of you. Thank you, all of you. I am ending with again a song from Maharishi. O compassionate and almighty one, how do I describe the ecstasy in me? As in my mind's eye, the planets and stars moving together in a cosmic dance, I see. வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன். வாய்ப்புக்கு நன்றி. Thank you.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்மா.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
It's a thought-provoking session, Amma. What a truly fascinating and enlightening session we just experienced. Our sincere thanks to our Lakshmi Amma for taking us on the powerful journey that beautifully connected modern space science with the philosophy of Maharishi. Your explanation, it is supermassive about the supermassive black holes, sun, and comparisons between white dwarfs, black holes, cosmic rules was simply extraordinary. The way you touched upon dark matter, pulsars and quasars, and the emitted signals, it's awesome. We were especially, amazed by the insights of the discovery of giant gravitational waves and the way nanographs research and pulsar timing arrays have confirmed their presence, right? A concept you connected so beautifully with Maharishi's vision of a subtle energy and universal order. It was a session that expanded both our scientific curiosity and the spiritual understanding. Thank you for inspiring us with such depth, clarity, and passion. Today, we are blessed with a wonderful opportunity. This force is not emptiness, but a space full of potential, often referred to as plenum. It's also known as many names, universal being, almighty, Brahman, or simply truth. It holds both force and consciousness, and it is the root of everything in the universe. வாழ்க வளமுடன் அம்மா. On behalf of everyone here, a big thank you to Lakshmi Amma for such a clear and thoughtful and inspiring session.
Thank you.
And now,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Amma. Now it's a question answer session. If any question you have, you can raise your hand and you can post questions to Amma. Amma is always available now. Thank you. Is there anyone, if you have any questions?
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
வாழ்க வளமுடன் ஐயா.
It was a thought-provoking, excellent presentation, and you took the one subject, which is gravitational waves, and you put a lot of efforts on researching that subject with the scientific discoveries. And it was wonderful to listen and watch your presentation. Thank you so much, Amma.
Thank you, Aya. Thank you,
Yeah,
Aya.
thank
You
you.
are always there for me, supporting me. Thank you, Aya.
Amma Valgavalamudan, it's a great session. I mean,
Thank
so
you, Aya.
inspiring, and it is fantastic, I would say. I mean, so detailed, and the passion with which you did the whole thing was very good. And the way they told us the way the world is moving towards the future till 2030, what's going to happen and beyond. That's really good, actually. I would
Thank you,
request
Aya.
Dr. Ravindranath Iyer to share his views. Dr. Iyer, I'm sure he can share a lot more details also. Balai also, the Balchanaya is also there. Balchanaya, you can share some of your thoughts.
It has been really awesome. The 100 years of research and connecting it with Swamiji's concept so beautifully. And then she says, okay, next 5 years, she's even predicting this. Some more truths will come out. And I think it's time that we take Swamiji's concept to more and more people, to scientific community, that what they're trying to do, Swamiji has been saying for the last 70, 80 years. And just now, as she was saying this with such a great passion, this one sentence, I thought, which was routinely we are saying at the beginning of meditation, அருட்பேராற்றல் உடலிலே உயிரிலே அலையலையாக பாய்வதை உணர்கிறேன். Maybe Swamiji was actually feeling the gravitational waves. I mean, it made suddenly this idea came up that he was able to feel that, perceive it.
Yes, Aya.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It's a wonderful, wonderful
Thank you,
session.
Aya. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mia. Any feedbacks? Any questions? You can unmute and you can give your feedbacks or your questions.
I've unmuted all of you. You can all unmute and talk. Everybody's unmuted.
வாழ்க வளமுடன் மேம். I am Patsarathi.
வாழ்க வளமுடன், ஐயா.
Arulnidhi
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
Patsarathi from Melbourne, Australia. It was really inspiring speech in a scientific way. Our Swamiji's concepts. It's very beautiful, ma'am. Very beautiful. I learned a lot from this presentation. Coming back, going to scientific world and coming back to the community in a scientific way to the future, really. That's very more essential to the younger generation. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It is very
Thank you,
beautiful.
sir.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Aya. What means a lot. Thank you, Aya.
Dr. Iyer, Dr. Ravindranath Iyer, a few words from you, Olga. Anybody else want to say anything? Actually, not be question. You can share some thoughts also. Share some ideas, some thoughts that you may have.
I think they're all spellbound. That's it. And have gone into silence. Not because they're not want to say anything. It is just that, just like the static state or absolute space, doing everything in silence. I think they've all been taken to the theta or delta stage. I worry all of that.
Yes, I also feel the same state. Whenever I go into this, something takes me over there. That's it. I
Amma, you
feel
should come
like
on the
that.
video. Lakshmi Amma, you must come on the video. They all should see you. Many people don't know you actually. If you're okay,
Shall I
come on the
put the
video.
video, Aya?
Yeah,
Okay.
please, ma'am, please.
Yes.
Because many people, they should know you by face also now.
Okay.
So they come to Congo, they can meet you. Actually, Amma is in Congo right now. Okay, she's not she's in the African continent.
Yeah.
She runs our WCC office or the center in Congo. It's a really, really, truly blessed soul.
Thank you, Ayya.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Ayya.
Great, Amma. Great. Very happy to see you.
Thank you.
Great.
So to Congo, we can go. No.
Bharatani always has his own, nice wits and the right timing thing. Okay, anybody else, please? Doctor, I think is not there right now or is busy. He must be in the clinic with the patients. Okay, great. Anyway, there are no more thoughts or questions. I think we can wind up for the day. Lemeji, you can just take over and then wind it up. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Lakshmi.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ayya. Thank you,
Welcome.
Ayya. Walter.
Thanks, everybody.
Let us all remain in the state of Duriyam and offer our blessings. May Amma Lakshmi Amma health flourish with abundance, be blessed by the divine. May her happy family be blessed by the divine. May her professional life be blessed by the divine. And may her spiritual service be blessed by the divine. WCSC Research and Development Team be blessed by the divine. May their happy family be blessed by the divine. Success in all their work be blessed by the divine. Success and continued dedication in spiritual service be blessed by the divine. To all the participants joined through the Zoom link, we extend our blessings for good health, be blessed by the divine. Family well-being, be blessed by the divine. Professional success, be blessed by the divine. And spiritual journey, be blessed by the divine. Before we conclude, I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to everyone who made this session meaningful and successful. A sincere thanks to Research and Development Team for your continuous efforts in bringing such valuable topics to the forefront. Your commitment to bridging science and inner well-being is truly commendable. To our senior professors and distinguished participants, thank you for gracing us with your presence and enriching this session with your wisdom and thoughtful engagement. And last but certainly not least, a warm thank you to our incredible backend team. The silent pillars, your dedication and attention to detail do not go unnoticed. Together, you all helped create a space that is both intellectually enriching and deeply inspiring. Thank you all and have a wonderful day. Thank you. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
We'll have the World Peace Prayer.
உலக நல வாழ்த்து.
பருவமழை உலகமெல்லாம் பருவமழை ஒத்தபடி பெய்யட்டும், உழவரெல்லாம் தானியத்தை உவப்புடனே பெருக்கட்டும், பல தொழில்கள் புரிகின்ற பாட்டாளி உயரட்டும், பகுத்துணர்வில் தொகுத்துணர்வே பண்பாட்டை உயர்த்தட்டும், கலகங்கள் போட்டி பகை கடந்தாட்சி நடக்கட்டும், கல்லாமை கடன் வறுமை களங்கங்கள் மறையட்டும், நலவாழ்வை அளிக்கும் மெய்ஞான ஒளி வீசட்டும், நம் கடமை அறவாழ்வின் நாட்டத்தே சிறக்கட்டும், நம் கடமை அறவாழ்வின் வையகம் வாழ்க வளமுடன். வாழ்க 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 வையகம் வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
தேங்க்யூ சார்.
தேங்க்யூ. வாழ்க வளமுடன். நன்றிங்க.
வாழ்க வளமுடன். At last.
வாழ்க
We
வளமுடன்.
missed you.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
வாழ்க வளமுடன் அனைவருக்கும்.
நன்றிமா.
நன்றிங்க ஐயா.
சார் வாழ்க வளத்துடன் சார்.